National Hajj Commission has made the necessary for your comfort.
The preparation is very good.
I'm very happy, extremely happy, because this is my first time.
And I prepare to follow the rules and regulations given to me.
Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulk la sharika la. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, labbaik wan ni'mata laka wal mulk لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. This is As You Answer the Call, a program that highlights the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and major stakeholders on Hajj matters. Glad to be with you on the show. I am Rashida Abubakar, your regular host. Welcome. Tonight on the program, we shall continue with the review of the 2022 Hajj exercise. This week, the focus is on pilgrims' education and orientation and how it impacted on the conduct of the Hajj. All this in our Spotlight segment. Also coming up are other regular segments such as NAHCON News Diary, Making the Hajj, as well as the quiz. And as usual, a winner has emerged from last week's quiz. It may be you this time around. So stay tuned for this segment of the program. Keep watching.
Every Muslim is a potential pilgrim. To make the Hajj possible for the Ummah, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, is running a Hajj savings scheme through Jaiz Bank. The scheme allows depositors to gradually save for the Hajj over a period of time. Registration into the Hajj savings scheme is ongoing for all Muslims. Muslims wishing to perform Hajj can be enrolled into the scheme through the following outlets: NAHCON offices across the country, state pilgrims welfare boards, agencies and commissions, any branch of Jaiz Bank in the country. Enrollment can also be done directly by logging into dedicated sites for the scheme. Let's participate and support the Hajj savings scheme for better Hajj services.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The program kicks off with the News Diary.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has been extolled for conducting the 2022 Hajj successfully despite experiencing some hitches in the course of the exercise. In a statement, the National Coordinator of Muslim Media Watch Group of Nigeria, Malam Ibrahim Abdullahi, highlighted the successes recorded in medical services provided to pilgrims, effective transportation of pilgrims from various locations throughout the Hajj period, engagement of competent Islamic scholars to guide the pilgrims, and completion of airlift back home ahead of schedule. While commending the Saudi government for organizing the 2022 Hajj, the group, however, noted that the short notice given by the kingdom to countries to prepare for the Hajj created the hitches faced during the Hajj. The Muslim Media Watch Group reaffirmed its confidence in NAHCON's leadership to improve on subsequent Hajj exercises. Meanwhile, with Umrah ongoing, the Saudi Ministry of Hajj and Umrah has announced the removal of all COVID-19 related restrictions. The ministry made this known on its Twitter handle, saying Umrah pilgrims no longer need COVID-19 vaccination or PCR test to travel for lesser Hajj. Other restrictions removed are no age limit for those performing the Umrah. It is open to all countries, no requirement for mahram for women, as well as number of pilgrims per Umrah visit. However, two measures remain in place. These are the mandatory use of the face mask in the two holy mosques and the compulsory wearing of the ihram by people performing the tawaf at the ground floor.
Labbaik Allahumma labbaik.
Lessons learned from this year are meant to serve as an experience to make it better next year. We already started the strategy and the plan for next year's Hajj. We know that Allah's willing, it will be much more better than the experience that has just ended.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة.
Alhamdulillah, you are still watching as you answer the call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast of the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and other Hajj-related matters. In the course of the 2022 Hajj, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, State Pilgrims Welfare Board, the FCT, as well as the Armed Forces, organized various forms of enlightenment programs for pilgrims. One of such was the weekly program known as BETA. And so, in the next segment, Spotlight, we shall highlight and review the 2022 Hajj Enlightenment Program put in place by NAHCON and partners to educate pilgrims on various aspects of the Hajj. Stay with us.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
Dawafin Hajji da dawafin Umrah.
When pilgrims register to undertake the Hajj, the major aim is to achieve Hajj Mabrur. This therefore underscores the need for them to understand what Hajj is all about, as well as other civic responsibilities. And so, during the period under review, NAHCON and other stakeholders had aggressively engaged pilgrims in different forms of awareness campaigns in order to acquaint them with the rudiments of the Hajj. This was one of the weekly pilgrims education programs organized by the FCT Pilgrims Welfare Board for its 2022 intending pilgrims. Islamic scholars took the pilgrims through orientation in different languages in order to pass the message efficiently.
This education and orientation exercise is aimed at achieving imparting of knowledge of Hajj rites to the intending pilgrims. You know, for every act of ibadah, it is very, very germane that you must know how to go about doing it. Otherwise, if you do it, you may not attain the rewards that you are supposed to get. We intend to acquaint the intending pilgrims with all the necessary knowledge and skills that they will require to make them to attain Hajj Mabrur.
The weekly awareness programs were carried out across the states before the departure of pilgrims to Saudi Arabia.
The Ustaz has explained a lot of things for us, and from what I've gotten from the lectures of Ustaz is there are 3 stages in Hajj. One have to take an intention, one have to go to Safa and Marwa, one have to tawaf 7 times, and one have to go to Arafat. And the most important aspect of all this is Arafat.
Mu dai mun ji daɗin zuwa, saboda dalilin da muka ji daɗin zuwa, wannan bita yana fahimtar da mu, kuma abinda muke fahimta game da aikin hajji. Don mun ji daɗin irin wannan faɗakarwa.
Importance of these lectures, coming to these lectures is very important because as an intending pilgrimage, for the first time I've not been to Hajj before. I'm going now and I've come here, I've learned so many things which I don't know.
Pushing further on the enlightenment campaigns, government officials at various departure centers across the country cautioned pilgrims on the do's and don'ts of international travels, as well as the need to be good ambassadors of Nigeria while in Saudi Arabia.
Daga lokacin da kuka shiga jirgi a nan, kun zama mene kun zama jakadun jihar Kaduna da Najeriya gaba ɗaya. Halayenku, abubuwan da za ku faɗa, yanda za ku biyar da kanku, duk wani da zai zo daga baya inda ya ɗan Najeriya ne ko ɗan Kaduna ne za a yi kwatance da ku. So ya kamata duk halayenmu na kwarai na bin dokoki da muka saba yi ko da anan Kaduna ne ko da can, ya kamata idan muka je dan Allah dan Annabi abin da za mu nuna kenan.
In addition to the enlightenment programs undertaken in the course of the Hajj in the states, NAHCON usually constitute the National Ulama Team. The team carries out its assignment in collaboration with their counterparts from the states, the FCT, and the armed forces. While in Saudi Arabia, the ulama team made itself available to pilgrims seeking clarification on Hajj and other related matters.
Tambaya ta na shine dawafi da za a fara zagaye nawa ne ake yin sassarfa?
Sassarfa a dawafi kamar yadda muka faɗa cewa guda uku ce kawai. Ragowan guda hudu za a yi shi ne yadda ka saba tafiyar ka a nitse ba tare da gudun ba.
The key message is for the pilgrims to ensure that whatever they do, whatever they are about to do, in terms of performance of Hajj or any Umrah rite, they should ensure that it is in line with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, or what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, or what our guided caliphs have actually demonstrated. And that too, there are provisions and arrangements made by our different commissions. The National Hajj Commission, the State Pilgrims Welfare Board, they should ensure that they work hand in hand and they follow strictly the guidelines given by these commissions to be able to ensure that we have a peaceful Hajj that will have no rancor, which will have reward by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
The pilgrims were also taught civic duties and responsibilities, particularly on health matters.
Because most of the infectious diseases that people are suffering is from lack of washing their hand, because more especially after visiting the toilet, people are just coming out, started eating without washing their hand. That will result in having so many diseases like diarrhea, dysentery, and other communicable diseases. So that is why we emphasize on hand washing. Using of face mask is also very, very important because of the outbreak of coronavirus and so many infectious diseases.
Similarly, members of the various committees set up by NAHCON served as civic educators. They also function as guides to pilgrims while constantly reminding them on do's and don'ts in the Holy Land.
Came here for Ibadah, and your place, that is your hotel that they give you, is very close to the mosque. You don't need to take taxi. The last one, you have to take care of your valuable things, especially your PTA.
During the stay in Muna and Arafah, the ulama also took time to explain to pilgrims what was expected of them. Still in Muna, NAHCON officials toured pilgrims' tents and interacted with them. The officials were grouped into Team A, B, and C. NAHCON chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kulle Hassan led Team A. Team B was led by the Commissioner of Policy, Personnel Management and Finance, Alhaji Nura Hassan Yakasai, while the Commissioner of Planning, Research, Information, Statistics and Library Services, Sheikh Suleiman Momo, led Team C. In their separate interactions with pilgrims, the NAHCON executives responded to many questions by pilgrims, which enabled them to make clarifications on some issues.
We have noticed before, and let me tell you the reason why we are a little bit powerless. It was not your state who nominated your caterer. It was also not the National Hajj Commission. The Muassasa, the people who own these tents, are the one who insisted that they want to be in charge of the food. They want to control the quality and the quantity, and they have a belief that if they are in absolute control, they will be able to do better job. Because before this year, it used to be the state that will actually nominate their caterer in Monshai, that is in Mina. It's the state who used to nominate. They will say out of the number of pre-qualified caterers, we choose this, and those one we choose must give us food. But in the history of Hajj in recent time, this year is the first one that they insisted they want to be standing in charge. We have noticed in many agencies, and I'm sure it will be enough for us to build a defense against subsequent decision.
Saboda mun shafa awa 16 iya fota zo ya kamata wannan da aka yi ya wuce to wannan mu gani a ƙasa akan komawa mu gida ya zama darasi. Assalamu alaikum.
Akan magana komawa ana shirye-shirye na komawa sosai, sannan kuma za a gayyace su sakatare da waye domin mu shara. Muna fatan cewa wannan karan kan Allah da ba za a samu wannan ba, domin duka masu jiragen domin gayyace su za mu zo mu zauna mai shiri kyakkyawa da su. Ai da mucije sare ka sau ɗaya ba ka ƙara nema ya sake sarin ka ba.
When I went to the clinic, I was sick. I went to the clinic. They were setting up the clinic and they said I should come back later. I went later in the day. instead of attending to us, to me and others, even the chief imam of River State was also there, he was sick. Instead of attending to us, they said they were sorting out issues. What are you sorting out from morning to evening? If somebody was dying, would the person not die before that time? I came out, I met one doctor with an ambulance. I had to stop him. I said, sir, we went there and they said they are ironing issues. What is the matter? He said there are other clinics, there are 17 clinics. And I said, please, can you show me one? He said, go. I don't believe that man should be a doctor.
All the clinics are NAHCON clinics. Sure. So we are going to look at that personnel to see what has happened. So we apologize to you.
During the homeward journey, the focus of the Enlightenment campaign shifted to the need for pilgrims to comply with the luggage policy of not exceeding 32 kilograms for main luggage and 8 kilograms for hand luggage.
Kayan da ake so a sa kilo 32. Mu hukumar jin daɗin alhazai za mu je mu nemo kilo. Akwai kwanan rami kafin mutuwa ya zo. Kenan kowa ya san kilonsa kafin ranar awo. Idan ya wuce kilo 32, masu jirgi ba za su ɗauka ba, mu ma ba za mu ansa ba. Jama'a, muna ji kilo 32 shine hakkinmu. Kayan hannu kilo 10, a kilo 8. In aka haɗa ya zama kilo 40. Hakki kenan. Idan muka haura haka, mu mun shiga hakkin masu jirgi, yadda mu muke gudu kada shiga hakkinmu, mu ma mu guji shiga hakkin wasu.
With such awareness, compliance with the policy was made easy, so also their lifting operations back home.
Masha Allah, the program is As You Answer the Call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj. Stay tuned.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك لبيك.
The Umrah or Lesser Hajj is ongoing with millions of Muslims taking part. What is Umrah and its pillars? When is it expected to be performed?
Umrah itself independently has no any specific period.
On Making the Hajj tonight, Dr. Tukur Adam Al-Manar answers these and other questions.
Most of the scholars, the majority of the scholars are on view that Umrah is not compulsory as Hajj. Hajj is compulsory because it is among the pillars of Islam. But Umrah is not compulsory, but Islam has encouraged Muslims to go and perform Umrah because Umrah is cleansing the sins of Muslim brothers. So it is not as Hajj, as obligatory as Hajj.
When is the period for Umrah?
Umrah specifically has no any period of time. At any time you can perform your Umrah. But if you merge it with Hajj, so it is compulsory because being Hajj is compulsory and you merge Hajj and Umrah, so the Umrah will be compulsory. Regarding that, you match it with a compulsory act, which is Hajj. But apart from Qiran or Tamattu that is performed, merging Hajj and Umrah, or performing Umrah later than Hajj in the month of Hajj, Umrah itself independently has no any specific period. Anytime Muslim wish to go and perform Umrah, they can go.
What then is the benefit of performing Umrah in Ramadan?
Performing Umrah in during Ramadan period has its own merit and reward, unlike other months that are not Hajj, that are not Ramadan, because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Umrah, performing Umrah during Ramadan is equivalent to Hajj. You see, the reward is equivalent to Hajj. So that is why Muslims are interested to perform it to get that equal reward. That is why they are, concentrating on performing it during Ramadan period.
What are the pillars of Umrah?
The pillars of Umrah are three. Number one, Al-Ihram. Ihram is declaring the intention from the miqat. You get my point? Uttering, declaring the intention that labbaik Allahumma umratan. Saying labbaik Allahumma umrah declaring the intention from Al-Miqat, where a intending Mu'tamir will wear his gowns that are for which called Ihram. So that is one of the pillars. The second pillar is doing circumambulation between Safa and Marwa, going between the mountains of Safa and Marwa is among the second pillars. Then the third pillar is shaving. Shaving. Tawaf, Safa wal Marwa, and then intention. That is the three pillars. There were four, but with that it is not Hajj, so they are restricted on three pillars.
He then advised intending pilgrims to broaden their knowledge of Hajj and Umrah and other Islamic matters.
Lessons learned from this year are meant to serve as an experience to make it better next year. We already started the strategy and the plan for next year's Hajj. We know that Allah's willing, it will be much more better than the experience that has just ended.
لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة.
Alhamdulillah. Now it's time to know the winner of last week's quiz and get yourself ready to answer the question for this week. Good luck.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, name the first person that adorned the Kaaba with kiswa. The correct answer is the king of Yemen, Tubba Abu Karab. The winner is Habiba Isa from Jos, Plateau State. She provided the answer ahead of others. Habiba Isa will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach her with the prize she won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week, and the question is, the kiswa is usually replaced once every year. On what date is this done? Again, the kiswa is usually replaced once every year. On what date is this done? Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing.
Once again, good luck to you. Up next are your messages.
Bilkisu Bambale from Kaduna State sent in the first message. It reads, "We congratulate NAHCON management and its staff on the completion of the 2022 Hajj. May Allah reward you all." The second message came from GSM number 081 000 24077. It says, "We appreciate NAHCON's efforts in educating Muslims on how to perform Hajj."
Viewers seeking clarification or have questions to ask on any matter relating to Hajj or Umrah management and operations can do so through this program. Relevant officers will be contacted to respond appropriately. We also welcome your messages, comments, observations, and questions through our mobile number and other social media platforms. Once again, thank you for watching. Ma'assalam.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا